Hello, you'll be writing your integrated science paper very soon. So let's prepare. This is objective test, integrated science paper 1. We'll be solving questions 1 to 50 in this video. This is for 50 marks. So let's begin. So we have the first question here. Ozone layer depletion results in melting of ice at the poles, increase in number of storms, skin cancer in humans, loss of productive farmland. Yeah, so when there is rapid depletion of the ozone layer, it causes harmful ultraviolet rays to make the direct contact with the human skin. So because of that, it can bring about various type of diseases like skin cancer and sunburn. Then your immunity can become weak. You can also suffer from cataract, among others. So in this case, the correct answer should be option C. Option C. Which of the following factors can affect the boiling and freezing point of water? Surface tension, adhesive forces, impurities, density. So when you talk about the boiling point of water, it can be affected by pressure that the water is under, then also whether there are impurities in the water or particles in the water. So for instance, if the pressure is very high, there will be higher boiling point. If there is a decrease in pressure, there will also be a decrease in boiling point. So over here we were given impurities. So we go for impurities. Purple leaf coloration in plants is a symptom of deficiency in magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Every plant needs phosphorus, and I believe you know the chemical symbol for it, P, capital P. So in order to create energy, sugar, and nucleic acids, the plant needs this phosphorus. So when you realize that there's a plant that the leaf has turned purple rather than it being green, which is the normal color, then it means that plant is deficient in phosphorus. So the correct answer is C. Which of the following diseases in humans is caused by bacteria? Hepatitis B, herpes, chlamydia, prostrate. So among these, chlamydia is the one that is caused by bacteria because it is a sexually transmitted disease that is caused by bacteria. So the correct answer is C. The part of the human ear responsible for amplification of sound. We have the cochlea, ossicles, circulars, then we have atrioculars. So the ossicles are also referred to as the auditory ossicles. So you see, it will amplify the sound. It will amplify the sound. They transmit sound from air to the cochlea. If there's absence of this auditory ossicle, then it will constitute a moderate to severe loss in hearing. So the correct answer is ossicles. Sorry. correct answer is B. Ossicles. The general formula of alkyne is, so the general formula for alkyne is C sub n H sub 2 n minus 2, where n is equal to any integer that is greater than 1. So the correct answer is C. C sub n H sub 2n minus 2. Which of the following bones is present in the forelimb of man? So the forelimb is from your, so let's say this is your arm, then this is, the forelimb is from your, it's between your wrists and your elbow. So let this is your elbow, it's your elbow, so this is your wrist. So the forelimb is here, with this region. This is your elbow, and this is your wrist. So the forelimb is there. Then all the bones that can be found here are the scapula. Then you can also find the humerus. You can find the radius, the ulnar radius. Remember the radius of a circle? Then you can also find the ulnar. Then you can also find the carpals and the metacarpals and the phalanges. So the correct answer is radius. Radius is the one that is here. Minerals included in the layer rushing for eggshell formation are calcium, and calcium is needed at adequate levels for eggshell formation. And there's another that also must be present, even though it can be in a low level in the eggshell. It is very important for replenishing the hen's medullary bone, and that is the phosphorus, because it will help to assimilate calcium into the dietary bone, matrix. So the correct answer is phosphorus, C. So we had phosphorus in number 8 and number 3. Carrot is a good source of which of the following vitamins? Vitamin A, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, vitamin D. The correct answer is vitamin A, because carrots are excellent source of vitamin A. And you need vitamin A for your eye. Vitamin A is good for your eye. So eat a lot of carrots, okay? The major reason why relative atomic mass of some element is not a whole number is the existence of, so the relative atomic mass is the weighted average mass of all the elements isotope. So the correct answer, isotopy. Option C. Option C is the correct answer. Which energy transformation occurs in a light emitting diode? So for a light emitting diode, we'll convert the electrical energy in the cell to light energy. So the correct answer is D. Examples of continuous variation include, so continuous. So we can get point. Let's say 1.8 meters. Somebody is 1 meter tall. Somebody can be between them. Let's say 1.5 meter. And between 1.5 and 1 meter, we can get another person 1.4. Between 1.4 and 1.5, we can get another one 1.45. It's continuous, so it's weight. The correct answer is A only. Option A is the correct answer. The number of protons in an ion with a charge of positive 3 is 13. How many electrons are present in the neutral atom? When we talk about neutral atom, it has the same number of electrons and protons. A neutral atom has the same number of electrons and protons. So if the number of protons is given as 13, then the number of electrons should be also equal to 13. So the correct answer is option B. Metals. And okay, let's go to the next. So which of the following characteristics are associated with local breeds of fowl? Local breeds of fowl are resistant to diseases. Yes. They have high foraging ability. No. Then they are susceptible to adverse weather conditions. Yes. So the answer is I and I. So that will be option B. Option B. Temporary hardness of water is removed by heating because temporary hardness of water is removed by heating because it is caused by insoluble salt. No, it's not true. The salts causing the hardness become soluble is not true. Calcium hydrogen triisocarbonate 4 in water is decomposed by heat. Yes, this is true. Calcium triisocarbonate 4 is produced. This is false. So the correct answer is C. Metals are normally used as electrical wires because they are brittle, ductile, elastic, malleable. Metal has the ability to withstand tensile stress. So because of that, they can be drawn into wires. That characteristic of metal is called ductility. So they are ductile. So the correct answer is B. One advantage of male circumcision is that it's I don't want to read it. So the answer is B. The correct answer is B. It keeps it free from germs. It keeps the male organ free from germs. So I'll read it that way. Organic manures are preferred to inorganic manures because they are easy to apply. No, they are readily available to plants. It's not true. They are relatively cheap. Yes. Organic manures are relatively cheap as compared to inorganic manures because the D is also wrong. So the correct answer is C. Calculate the number of moles in 5.85 grams of sodium chloride. So when I calculated this, I had 0.1 B. The calculation of all the calculation, the steps for all the calculation questions can be found at the end of this video. So please. Okay, so We move to the next one. The diagram below illustrates a ray of light incident on a plane mirror, M prime. The value of alpha is, okay, so this one, when I calculated it, I had 50. I think this, you can even see it, because this is 90 and this must be 50, because 90 minus 40 is 50, and angle of incidence is equal to angle of refraction, so this is also 40. So if this is 40, this must also be 50, because 90 minus 40 is 50. A respiratory surface must have, okay, so good respiratory surface should have a high surface area. Then it should also have the walls. The walls should be moist and thin. Then it should also be in contact with many blood capillaries, so that there will be easy exchange of gases, or there will be diffusion. So the correct answer is all of them. So the correct answer is option D. A solution 250 centimeter cube of hydrochloric acid has a concentration of 2 mole per decimeter cube. Determine the number of moles of the acid. So with these two, the number of moles of the acid is 0.5 moles. I want to the steps are shown in the video, at the end of this video, at the end of this very video. So when you just forward it, you see it. Number 25. In which of the following blood vessels in the mammalian body would high levels of urea be found? So the hepatic vein is the blood vessel that carry the largest amount of urea. So hepatic vein. Land breeze occurs when cool wind blows across the sea at night. That is what we call land breeze. In which of the following processes is plant nutrients in the soil lost through gravity? Capillarity involves upward movement, erosion or evaporation upward. Then D, leaching. Leaching, there's loss of certain materials, and the loss are carried downward. So this downward movement will involve a downward force, which is the force of gravity. So the correct answer is leaching. A body of mass 20 kilogram falls from a height of 10 meters. If the gravity due to acceleration is 10 meters per second square, calculate the velocity of the body just before it touches the ground. So this one too, the velocity of the body just before it touches the ground is 40 meters per second. So you can check that one to the steps at the end of this video. The following statements are characteristics of scale industries, except the following statements are characteristic of large-scale industries, except a volumes of products turned out are large. That's true. Many people are involved in the operation, in this operation. Capital investment is large. This one is not true. So the correct answer is D. Muscles are mostly made up of fiber. Muscles are made up of fiber, but the fiber contain proteins. So take note of that. Determine the volume of water required to change the concentration of 100 centimeter cube hydrochloric acid from 0.5 mole per decimeter cube to 0.1 mole per decimeter cube. So this one too is 400 centimeter cube. The volume of water required is 400 centimeter cube. Then what you can check the explanation at the end of this particular video. A force moves a body through a distance 50 meters in the direction of the force. If the work done by the force is this joules, determine the magnitude of the force. Magnitude. So this one, so the magnitude was 3 newtons. Which of the following statements are functions of air? Functions of air. It is for respiration of plant root. Yes. It is for respiration of soil fauna. Yes. It is for seed germination. Yes. So the correct answer is I, and I. Digestion of food is completed in the digestion ends in the small intestine. The reaction represented by the equation. So this equation is an example of esterification. All the following crops required staking as a cultural practice, except yam, 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 yam requires staking. So you see the stake here. Forgive me, I don't know how to draw the leaves. Then you also have tomatoes to the same. Tomatoes. So the tomatoes taking, yes, cucumber to the same, but cowpea, beans, cowpea, no. So the correct answer is option A. Which of the following lights will combine with red light to give white light? Sound. Which of the following organelle is called the powerhouse of the cell? Powerhouse is mitochondria. You know it. Mitochondria. Powerhouse. Transistors can be used as amplifiers, yes. Switches, yes. Temperature controls, no. So I and I. So that would be C. Sedimentary rocks are not resistant to weathering because they are found from molten matter. No, they are not found from. They are formed from other rocks. No, it's not true. They have lines of weakness between the mineral aggregates. No. They have lines of weakness between strata. Yeah, so the correct answer is option D. The IUPAC name of the compound, this compound here is So the IUPAC name for this compound is magnesium hydrogen triosocarbonate 4. That is magnesium hydrogen triosocarbonate 4. So that one will be option B. Which of the following brooder house equipment confines the chicks? That's the check card. Symbiotic association in the root nodules occurs in soya beans. The method of fertilizer application which is most labor intensive and time consuming is the broadcasting method is time consuming. It takes a lot of time. It's also most labor intensive. You need a lot of people. So the correct answer is broadcasting method. An electric kettle rated 1.5 kilowatts operates at 200 volts. Determine the current passing through the kettle. So this is 7.5 amps. You can check the explanation later in this video. The best way of storing yam tubers is by packing them on wooden platforms in barns. Blood pressure is highest at the aorta. The male and female sex cells are collectively called gametes. Option B. A characteristic of sound that differentiates the same note played on different instruments is the quality of the sound. The main constituent of natural gas is methane. The SI unit of light intensity is candela. A 250 centimeter cube of 0.5 mole per decimeter cube of potassium hydroxide is to be prepared. Calculate the mass of potassium hydroxide required. So this one too is 1.4 grams. Do not forget please to subscribe because the paper 2 will be uploaded very soon. So please click the subscribe button. As soon as I upload, you'll be informed so that you join and watch. Thank you. So we are showing the solution for question 19. From the question, we have the mass of sodium chloride to be 5.85 grams. Then the molar mass of sodium chloride is given by 23 plus 35.5, and that will give us 58.5. Then we have the formula N equal small m over big M, where small n is number of moles and m, small m, mass number, and the big M being the molar mass of sodium chloride. So when we substitute, we get 5.85 over 58.5, and that will give us 0.1 mole. Then we have the volume of hydrochloric acid being 250 centimeter cube, and when we convert this, we get 0.25 decimeter cube, and the concentration of acid is 2 mole per decimeter cube. 2 mole decimeter cube. Then we use the formula C equal N over V. So when we substitute, we solve for N, we get 0.5 moles. So the correct answer is B, as we saw. Then for this one, we have gravity due to acceleration is 10 meters per second square. Then H equal 10 meters. Then using the formula, we get the correct answer to be B. So this one we get C as the correct answer. Here we have a force that moves the body through the distance of 15 meters in the direction of the force. If the work done by the force is determined 45.0 joules, we determine the distance. So work done is equal to force times distance, and that will give us this. When we substitute and solve for F, we get 3.0 newtons. So the correct answer is A. Then let's do this last one. When we substitute into the formula and solve, we get the current to be 7.5 amps. So the correct answer is A. So we have this final one that we need to show the calculation for. So from the equation, we can derive this equation. M equals C times V times capital M. Then we calculate the mass of potassium hydroxide by putting all the values we've known, and that will give us this 1.4 grams.